Okay, at this particular point, the chlorine dose, even though little bit increase is there, there is a sudden decrease in the residual chlorine. This point shows the second function of the chlorine demand, that is oxidizing the organic particles or oxidation of the organic or little bit of inorganic particles which is present in water. So when this particular oxidation takes place, the sudden decrease in the residual chlorine is observed, and these at this particular point you will observe little bit of smell, that means bad smell is also observed during the oxidation of the organic particles. Then once the oxidation is finished, once the full demand for oxidation of the organic particles is finished, then the remaining chlorine, that is the residual chlorine, as we increase the dose, the residual chlorine also, the concentration of the residual chlorine also increases, and the line R represents the additional residual chlorine after the point B. Is it? After point B, the residual chlorine is increasing. So this point B is called as the break point, or the chlorination after the point B reaches. That means the chlorination after point B reaches is called as break point chlorination. So point B means when the chlorine is added further or beyond the break point, whatever chlorine we are adding, it will break through the water and it will come out as the residual chlorine. It will come out as the residual chlorine. So that point it shows that there is further increase in residual chlorine concentration, and when it is reaches the adequate residual chlorine, that is say 0.5 ppm or 0.8 ppm or say 0.2 ppm, then you can stop the addition of chlorine, or further dose we can control. So that is the breakpoint chlorination. So in simple term, breakpoint chlorination, point B shows the end of the end of the chlorine demand. Point B shows the end of the two functions. That is, first function, it is inactivating the microorganisms, and second function, the oxidation of the organic particles. Both the functions, it is finished at the point B, or when the point B reaches, and further increase in residual chlorine is proportionate to the dose which you are increasing. That is the point line R. So this is the explanation of your curve and the breakpoint chlorination. For practical purpose, we use or we make use of this property of the residual chlorine, or the property of this chlorine dose, to identify at which point you have to control the chlorine dose in a particular water supply system. Okay, so that is the breakpoint chlorination, and this is what it is explained in this para. Now coming to the next form of chlorination, that is superchlorination. Here the superchlorination means the application of chlorine beyond the stage of breakpoint is known as superchlorination. The residual chlorine content after breakpoint may be after breakpoint may be 0.5 to 0.5 to 2 ppm, and the excess chlorine may be added at any stage or stages of the treatment, but usually it is added at the end of filtration, and the superchlorination is adopted when there is epidemic in the locality and the water is likely to contain a high content of organic impurities. However, if the same water is used or it is to be supplied for consumption